Anders, welcome to San Diego. Overall, just how are you feeling landing here in San Diego?
Feel very happy, very excited for this moment, for this adventure. Like I know I tried a lot of things in my career so far. 26 years old, but I'm ready for more. I'm hungry for more, and yeah, it's nice to be here. Nice weather, sun is shining, and yeah, I'm just happy and excited.
The term designated player is really just kind of like an American thing. Does that hold any weight to you when you found out you were going to be a designated player for San Diego FC?
No, listen, I just want to play football, and I heard about this project, this club, and with the talks with Tyler and Mikey and just some of the players, it was a no-brainer, to be honest. I wanted this to happen, and now I'm just looking forward to be a part of San Diego Football Club and create memories, hopefully for fans and for the city.
And during your time in the Danish league with Midtjylland, you've had to face FC Nordsjælland a couple times, sister club of San Diego FC. It's going to be a similar play style. What can you tell us about that play style that's going to be playing here in San Diego?
That if it's a difficult play style to play against. I got my defeats against Nordsjælland before, so I tried to get played around with, and if we can bring that in to the squad and to learn that way of football, I believe it's a good future we have ahead.
What means to you to be part to play for a team that is part of the Right to Lean Academy?
It's nice. It's nice because the way of thinking, the way of creating an environment that makes it like a family club is a nice feeling to be a part of. And I just met the guys yesterday, and the way they welcome me, I know it's a quite new team and stuff like that, but the way they just welcome me is so nice. And the way of playing style is just amazing.
Have you spoken yet with the owner, Mr. Richard Mansour?
No, I haven't, but I spoke a lot with Tyler and Mikey and other guys. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to get started, to know people, and settle in San Diego.
I'm also curious about one thing. A lot of times players' dreams is to go play in Europe and overseas. You're 26, coming from Europe into America. What ultimately led to that decision for you?
Yeah, I think, of course, when you also live in Denmark and you play in Denmark, you have the feeling of that you want to improve yourself in Europe. I think I did that in Europe. I tried that in different teams, and now I want to go even further away and try it over here in MLS, which is just growing and growing. And I played with some teammates in Midtjylland, Evander, who's doing very well over here. So yeah, it's a great league over here, and I can't wait to get started.
Speaking of your Danish teammates, what does it mean to play with them now and kind of create this Danish national team here in the US?
No, of course, I think, of course, it's always nice to have people from your own country around. And I have Jeppe and Marcus, which are here. Marcus I played with in under 21 national team, so I know him. Jeppe, I know him as a player, but played against him. But now I'm looking forward to play with these two guys in the team and just all the other guys also. I can't wait to get started.
All right, thank you, Anders.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you're bringing two players from Europe over here to Major League Soccer. What led to those discussions? How did you manage to convince the players to leave Europe to play in America?
Yeah, I think the project speaks for itself. I mean, this is a project that is clearly we've hopefully shown ambition. I think the investment from ownership and the support from ownership has been unbelievable. Not only coming from Europe, but I also think in the prime age of their career. Now, if you look at it, 5 of our potential front 6 could have played in European competition in the last 24 months, and that's not including Luca, obviously. And Luca's played many games in La Liga and in other top leagues in the world. So I think we've built now a cohesive squad. I think you can start to look at what the potential 11 could look like, but we think we have different makers. Mikey said it. I think across the front 7, the front 3, we've got 7 players that we think can already contribute, which is really important. And we still have a few minor pieces to bring in, but we're happy with where we're at.
And the contract detail with Luca, he's here on loan. Was that something that you would have rather had him maybe just a full contract and there's that buy option too? What's the decision behind that?
Yeah, I think it's there's so many different factors that go into deals, and this was just one of them. The salary and the budget guidelines obviously make it a bit more difficult than MLS, so you need to be a bit strategic around it. So for us, the loan made sense initially. We do have a purchase option. It's one that is totally within budget, and obviously we would like Luca with us in the future, but it also gives us an opportunity to really support him, because it's also his decision in part of this. Is let's make sure that he comes here and settles and gets back to his best. We can provide him minutes, as you mentioned, and I think he can be a very difference maker in this league. And now it's about making sure that we set him up for success, and then we see what the next step of his career is.
And Luca's one of those players that a lot of fans have talked about since the beginning as like someone that's from San Diego that's going to be a part of this team. What does it mean to kind of finally achieve that?
Yeah, look, I lost a lot of sleep on this one. He's somebody that we've been pursuing for a while. I think not only because he's from San Diego, but he's also a top footballer. And a top footballer, obviously, that's an American. He's a different type of American. He's really elegant. He's really easy on the eye. He can glide by people. He can play low in build. He can play as a 10. So I think he has a lot of traits that will really factor into how he wants to play. And I think we can be very successful with him. So yeah, this one was a key one, we thought, from the beginning. He's a player that obviously has been around the national team for a long time. We want to get him back in the national team, and what better way than to bring him home as well.
And with Anders, he's valued at 10 million euros right now in the transfer market. You got that under that. How did that deal play out, and how did you manage to make that deal?
Yeah, he's somebody that had 28 goal contributions last year in the Belgian league, which was tied for the record signing in MLS that just also happened this window. So from us, it was, again, somebody that kind of came around a few times, somebody that we probably didn't think we would be in our budget. And then luckily, just with the way it worked out, we ended up able to get him out for a fee that we thought was very reasonable. And again, somebody of his quality and his age, we thought could be a perfect fit. Helps that he's Danish. We think that will help settle, just because obviously he'll come with his wife and his newborn, and Marcus and Jeppe also have theirs as well. So all those factors go into it. It's not just about the footballer, but it's also about, do we think he can settle? Do we think we can support them? But also, can he fit into how we want that to operate? So I think all in all, we're very happy with how the deal played out, but we're also ecstatic that he's in with 5 weeks left of preseason. He's somebody that's been playing double game weeks and plenty of minutes lately. He's started almost every game for Anderlecht. So now it's about us managing those minutes and making sure that he's fresh and fit for Galaxy away and the home opener.
And there's one more DP spot available. Can the fans expect that DP spot to be filled before the season starts?
Look, we're monitoring everything. I don't want to close any doors. It's one that there's a lot of different factors that go into it. I think we're in a spot where you probably won't see a whole lot happening in the next few days and maybe even week, because we want to see the squad now. That's a challenge. We've looked at it on a whiteboard for a long time, and we think it looks okay on a whiteboard, but we need to actually see them on the field, and we want to see where those strengths and weaknesses are. And I think as we get closer to the start of the season, you may see another couple of pieces. We still have a few additions to come. We have open DP spots, but we also have open under 22 spots. So for us, it's about trying to find that balance and make sure that we've got a squad that's not only prepared for success now, but also in the future.
Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Welcome back to San Diego. It's been a while since you've been here. I do kind of want to kick it off just saying, did you come visit a lot when you were living in Europe, or you obviously left at a young age? How was that like coming back?
Yeah, I've come back every summer to see my parents and to spend time here. So I have deep connections here, obviously, always.
Did you ever think an MLS team would be here in San Diego?
Yeah, every time like there was a new expansion club and like Cincinnati or something got it, I was always wondering like, why not San Diego? I think it's one of the first places in the country that should have a team. So it's great that it's finally happened and that it's a project as big as this with this much investment. And from where we're standing now, I'm really, really excited.
And, a lot of times the dream for players here in San Diego is to go play overseas in Europe and those clubs. You've already accomplished that. So how much more special is it for you to just come back and play in your hometown?
Yeah, it's something that I've been thinking about a lot lately. Obviously, I think that having my best years here will mean more to me than having them somewhere else. So that's something that motivates me a lot, to be a part of something special here, to help grow something really special. And it's going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of people, but I believe that it can be done.
And would you say your contracts, you're here on loan from Celta Vigo with a buy option at the end of the season, would you say that your goal is to eventually go back to Europe to play for a bigger club, or would you be comfortable just staying here in San Diego?
I think that if I'm happy here and that means I'm playing my best football, I'll stay. I'm sure that the club will take the option. If not, then it's a way out for both parties if for whatever reason it doesn't work out.
And you were with Mikey with the national team while he was the interim coach. Can you speak to what was it like to be coached by him, and how do you hope to keep that and keep going towards more call-ups to the national team?
Mikey's is a good coach. He's a good manager. I think that he's a really young coach that's going to grow with the team. As far as arriving back with the national team, like I said, it's just about playing consistently. It's about playing really well, and that if I do that like in the past, opportunities will come.
You're a very pacey player, quick on the ball. Would you say the SDFC tactics or the way they want to play kind of adapts to the way you want to play as well?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Mikey and Tyler are professionals. They brought me here for a reason. They believe that I fit into the style of play, and from what I've seen, I've only trained twice, but I think that it will be a good match.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Mikey, first of all, what can you tell us just about Luca, Torre, and Dreyer joining the team overall?
Really excited. We have two players with a ton of quality, so we have difference makers joining the team. But on top of that, tremendous human beings, great values, hard work, great work ethics, and fighters.
And then what can you tell us about Dreyer, right? He has it's a DP spot. He's the right winger you guys were looking for. What can you tell us about his play style, his pace, just his shooting ability? We've all seen the videos of the highlights. He can shoot from outside the box as well. What else can you tell us?
Yeah, he's just a creative difference maker. He's a guy who can create space for himself off of the dribble. He can create space off of the dribble to make a final pass. He uses both right and left, as you said. He can shoot, but he also has great scoring intuition. He arrives to the second post. He has crosses, in swinging, out swinging. He can play the through ball. He can drop lower and help you in the build-up when a team tries to high press you. And then, as I mentioned earlier, he has a warrior mentality. He wants to work for the team too. So we have DPs who want to run and fight for their team, and that makes a huge difference.
You coached Luca with the national team. Can you tell us what you maybe learned about him during that short time with him, and how you want to help push him back to the national team?
Yeah, he's one of the smartest players that I've ever worked with. He's somebody that he knows all the spaces to find. He knows how to help the team under pressure. When you change presses from a tactical orientation, he can pick it up after just seeing it one time. He also knows how to play outside the structure. So I've talked a lot about discipline for structure, but also space for freedom and creativity. And he has that ability to know when to kind of break from the structure to be a difference maker. And then ultimately, he's a great teammate. He's just one of the best teammates that I've been around.
Tyler mentioned that Luca was a player on the list from pretty much day one. When you came on board, how much of a priority was it for you to bring Luca back home?
Highest priority. It was when you know somebody, their work ethic and their character and their talent, and it's a guarantee you know what you're going to get. And as high as I regard him, it was 100% one of the highest priorities, and it was a no-brainer for me.
And I did ask Ander how much, obviously the term DP spot is just only used in here in America. I asked him if that held any weight on him when he came to sign for this team. He said no. How do you kind of get him to be like, okay, this is kind of like a serious spot that you're in?
Listen, at the end of the day, we know if your DPs go in this league, the team goes. But when we're in the training environment, we're not talking about these guys as DPs. This is just one player in the squad. And they'll have to compete every single day. It's the same thing with Irving. There's no guarantees because you're a DP. We're going to put out a winning team. So whoever's training hard, whoever's being a culture champion in the locker room, whoever's making a difference in the games and helping us win, those guys are going to be on the field. So I agree with him. I don't think there's added pressure. The pressure is that he has to come here and just be his best. And if we set conditions for success and he comes here and buys in, I have no doubt that he's going to be a top winger in the league.
Awesome. Thank you.